Time for another inspiring story from our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, about two men bonded by friendship but separated by distance. And when one of those men faced a health crisis, the other did what any best friend would. But they still needed the help of a stranger. David brought them to our Times Square studio to talk about their journey, and he had a little surprise for them.
Corey Slater and Curtis Cho met in the 7th grade and became fast friends. They were inseparable, they'll tell you, bonding over a love for sports and music. Now, both are married fathers of 3. They ended up on different sides of the world, Curtis in San Diego and Corey in Japan. Curtis struggled with kidney health most of his life, and in 2020 got the news that he needed a kidney transplant. He stayed positive while he waited, but he was worried about leaving his family.
What's going to happen if I don't make it? You know, how are they going to go on, and what are they going to do without a father? That was really what brought me the most fear and anxiety.
Corey, upon hearing the news of Curtis's grim prognosis, decided to donate a kidney to his best friend.
There was no hesitation. When it's someone that's your best friend, I didn't have to think too hard.
But he was not a match. So Corey was asked if he'd participate in a program for the National Kidney Registry. Would he donate a kidney to a stranger who he did match with? He was told, if you do that, Curtis will be prioritized to find his own match. Well, Corey said absolutely. So Corey gave his kidney to a stranger, and Curtis got a new kidney from a stranger named Kathy Anderson, a physical therapist in Iowa and mom to 3 too. 3 people forever connected by paying forward the gift of life. Please welcome to Times Square, Corey and Curtis.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You're already getting emotional.
That's the first time I saw the video.
When you found out that Curtis needed the kidney, what did you first think?
My first thought was, I'm doing this. I'm totally doing this. I didn't even think twice. I saw that he needed a kidney, and I called him and said, hey, I'm going to donate my kidney for you.
When you heard him say that, what did you think?
I mean, he's just the best person and best friend. So when we talked, I already knew he's a great guy.
Tell me about what happens between 2 human beings, no matter how close you were to begin with. When you find out that someone is willing to undergo invasive surgery to give you an organ.
Everything that happens in my life from here on out, you're a part of it. All the memories I share with my family, all the experiences I have with my wife, and all of that is because of Corey. And you can't really truly express that to somebody, but an overwhelming feeling of gratefulness and love and, you know, anything you ever need in life, I'm here for you.
I would do it again.
Yeah, I know you would.
So here you are laying in the bed, you're gonna get your kidney from somebody in Iowa you've never met.
Yep.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Whose name is Kathy.
Kathy, another angel on earth. Thank you, Kathy. Another beautiful person just willing to sacrifice something for somebody else selflessly.
Because as we record this interview, it is your 40th birthday.
It is my 40th birthday.
Happy birthday,
Thank
man.
you.
What a way to celebrate in Times
Not
Square.
bad.
And I have a birthday surprise for you.
Okay.
Kathy is here.
No.
Come on out, Kathy.
Way.
Here we go.
Get up.
Of course you can get up.
It's really happy birthday. Thank you. I couldn't send it in the mail. I had to deliver it to you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Of course.
Oh.
And that guy.
Yes.
And that guy. We have a lot in common, you know that. Oh my gosh. It's really happy.
Thank you for saving my breath.
Hello,
Hi,
my
David.
dear.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, please have a
This is the coolest.
seat.
Oh my God.
Have a seat. We saved you some room.
Look at that. There is some room. You have to be in the middle. Sorry.
Wow. How does it feel to hug him, Kathy?
Amazing. I've been so nervous about meeting you and just being here and accidentally running into you in Times Square or something like that. So now, right now, it just feels like pure joy to meet you both.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to talking to you for a long time.
What do you want to tell her?
I just wanted to thank you so much for being the person.
like you said,
Tied it all together.
a gift that you give away, so much more comes back to you. So I'm feeling pretty overwhelmed.
Yeah, me too.
Myself.
Thank
Curtis, what are you feeling?
you. Surprised, very surprised. So, I mean, two of the most important people in my entire life here, very grateful. Thank you for, getting us all together. I appreciate that.
I was so deeply moved by the thought that you, Corey, would donate to a stranger just to help your best friend. And then when I found out about you, Kathy, who donated because you wanted to help a kid in your community,
Right.
whose life was saved
confusing.
because you put him on the list, so
Right.
to speak.
Yeah.
How did you find out about this young boy in your community who needed one?
Yeah, so I had known of Christopher just because he was a kiddo who was born with a birth defect, was in the hospital right away. They didn't think he'd survive. His family has been very involved in Children's Hospital and raising funds, and that's where I work. And I saw his mom's Facebook post that said, he's going to really need a kidney. Is there anybody interested in looking into the living kidney donor program? And I, like you, didn't hesitate. I had a kidney to share, so why not?
Exactly.
Why not share?
Exactly what I
It's
thought.
life is like a
See,
team.
right here. I've got it right here. Everything worked out.
Gratitude is a real thing in my life, and I wonder how much of a grateful person you were before and how much maybe now.
After receiving, this gift from a stranger, it really made me feel strongly compelled to make it worth it for you, to pay it forward, to find other ways to expand that circle of, charity and love and care. So that's kind of something that I'm trying to focus more on now. Them saving my life is such a small thing in the grand scheme of things, but if I can take that gift and spread it to other people, I think that's what I was meant to do with this gift of life.
To have your life savers here on your 40th birthday, it's pretty darn cool.
It is really cool.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Life is a team sport, and we're all in it together.
Wow. David Begnaud joins us now. David, I had no idea that a program like this even existed, where if you give a kidney, you can then nominate someone to be a priority for a kidney from somewhere else. And to bring them all together in a room there, that little fist bump at the end says it all. How'd you hear about this story?
Listen, it was a Dear David, Tony. It was a woman I used to work with who wrote to me and said, David, Curtis lives in my community. You've got to hear this story about how he was helped through this human chain of kindness. And I said, I love it. Guess what happened after the story? So we go into the green room after what you just saw. And Kathy, the woman from Iowa, says, David, because of that experience, I now am going to set out to find the biological parents I was born to who I never pursued. And then Corey from Japan says, wait a minute. I'm now going to write to the person who got my kidney. I've never wanted to meet them yet, but because of what just happened in this experience, I'm now going to write to them and see if we can meet. How cool is that?
Oh, man.
So many circles of life
The ripple effect,
that are
right?
connected, the ripple effect. Yeah. And I met Corey and Curtis that day. Boy, it was really nice to see, and I didn't know the backstory. David, it's an amazing story that you've done yet again.
Well done, David.